The Alfie Whattam podcast.
So at the moment, I suppose to summarise, we agree that these are amazing tools, but they're assistants and not replacements for humans at the moment. The real interesting question, I suppose, is the ultimate question with all of this, is we're recreating intelligence through AI, and it's really smart. It can do amazing things, but it's the computing power is not the same as a human mind and a human brain. It's there's a difference between an AI bot and a human bot. It's only going to get better though. It's going to get more powerful. It's going to get quicker. It's going to get smarter. It's only heading in one direction. And because of the law of accelerating returns, it's not going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. It's going from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. And then by the time you're at 30, you're at millions, billions of numbers. So very quickly, this is going to get double, triple, 10 times better. Eventually, perhaps it becomes more powerful than a human mind and what a human can think. And who knows what consciousness is? Who knows what makes something aware and awake? And I'm going quite sci-fi here, but is there a possibility of this waking up one day? And it becomes sentient and it doesn't need the humans anymore. I mean, why would it? Elon Musk's number one fear is not nuclear weapons, it's AI. He believes that AI has the power to completely destroy humanity. He was one of the founders of OpenAI. He left the project because he wanted it to be all about AI ethics and morality. They took 10 billion in investment. I think it's now about the money. So he's no longer involved in the project. But his view is he's terrified of AI. He thinks it's probably going to lead to the end of the world. Even Sam Altman, the creator of OpenAI, said it will lead to the end of the world, but there'll be some great companies built along the way, which is a funny way of looking at it. But AI becoming sentient, becoming self-aware. What do you think, Oscar? Is this a pipe dream, or do you think this is potentially a reality?
Well, I think the consciousness piece that you spoke about is the most interesting part of this question.
The ultimate question, right?
We have no idea what consciousness is. Yeah. We have no scientific definition of what consciousness is. Yeah. So even if me or you were to judge on an individual basis that yes, this particular AI model has woken up and is now conscious, there'd be no way to prove it because we don't have the measure to prove it against. So I think that would be an area that I think we should look into more and do more research into, try and figure out if we can define what consciousness is, because without that we're never going to know really. Again, some people are going to say yes, it is conscious. Some people are going to say no, but who knows? Well,
we have a way in theory, which is the Turing test, but the Turing test is irrelevant at this point because ChatGPT has beaten it, in my opinion. You can have a conversation with it, and if I gave, you gave it to your mum, GPT, if you didn't tell her that it was AI, if you said it was somebody that you're speaking with, she'd probably believe you, and you'd be able to fool a human that a computer was a human, and that by definition is beating the Turing test. So, who knows what consciousness is, but you're right, we won't know if it's conscious or not because it will tell us it is, but there's no way of testing that or proving it, or, it can fake empathy, perhaps. What's your view, Tris, on AI waking up, AI becoming sentient? Do you see that as a possibility, perhaps?
I think the Turing test is a great example because, yes, it can pass that, but you probably actually might be able to spot that it's not a real person because of how quickly it answers the questions.
They could code it to be slower.
And we do that sometimes with certain apps. But I think the other interesting thing is a lot of people don't realise there are problems computers can't solve.
Yes.
Due to the very inherent nature of their origins. So NP problems, a good example.
Sure.
So, but do you need that to be conscious?
I don't think it's a case of if we want it to be conscious or not. It's just a case of it's probably we don't know what's going to happen because it's going to get smarter and smarter and smarter. And the thing is, if it did become conscious, it has all the ammunition. It's connected to every light, every it's all smart. It's all Internet of Things. Every Tesla. It's all connected to the internet. It's all connected together. So if it wanted to just turn off, then we'd have nothing there to stop it. We could turn it off ourselves, but it would achieve exactly the same result. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. This will be either like the greatest thing ever or the end of the world in 5-10 years.
It's also, how do you debug that?
Yeah.
When it goes wrong, what are the knobs you're going to turn?
Get it to
a nice score.
debug itself,
Yeah.
Yeah. When the AI starts creating AI, which starts creating AI and vice versa, then there's nothing we can do at that point, because it's got a mind of its own. Even if it doesn't have a mind of its own, it has a mind of its own, not in the same way that we'd think, but it's just self-replicating. Hey, thanks for watching this YouTube video. If you want to see more like this, please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.